Saint Clare, the woman who loved the Eucharist and embraced poverty. What would make a young woman from a wealthy, noble family leave everything behind? Jewels, fine clothes, a life of comfort, all gone in a single night. Why? For love. Not the love of a man, but the love of Christ present in the Eucharist. This is the story of Saint Clare of Assisi, a woman whose devotion to the Blessed Sacrament was so fierce, her faith so unshakable, that she once faced down an army with nothing but the Holy Eucharist in her hands. And her choice to live in radical poverty still challenges us today. Clare was born in 1194 in Assisi, Italy, into a family of privilege. From a young age, she showed signs of deep faith, praying often, caring for the poor, and longing for a life of simplicity. At 18, she heard a man preach in the town square. That man was Francis of Assisi. His words about living the gospel in poverty and humility pierced her heart. She realized she could not serve both wealth and Christ. So, one night, she left her family's home and went to the small chapel where Francis and his brothers awaited her. There, she laid aside her fine garments, had her hair cut, and received a simple robe. It was a dramatic break from her old life, one that would lead her family to try to drag her home. But Clare's heart was fixed on Christ. She took refuge in the convent of the Benedictine nuns and later established her own order, the Poor Ladies of San Damiano, now known as the Poor Clares. Her life was marked by two great loves, the Eucharist. She spent hours in adoration before the Blessed Sacrament, drawing strength from Christ's presence. Poverty. She believed that owning nothing freed her to rely entirely on God. One of the most famous moments in her life came in 1240. An army of soldiers attacked Assisi, planning to sack the convent. Clare, weak from illness, had herself carried to the chapel. She took the monstrance containing the Eucharist and held it high from the convent window. Witnesses said a strange fear gripped the soldiers. They fled without harming anyone. Clare believed it wasn't her power, but the power of Christ in the Eucharist that defended them. Clare's life challenges us in a world obsessed with accumulation. She embraced a life of holy poverty, not because she despised beauty or comfort, but because she had discovered a greater treasure, Christ himself. She reminds us that faith is active trust. When she left her wealth, she didn't have a backup plan. Her security was God alone. The Eucharist is our strength. She turned to the Blessed Sacrament not just in prayer, but in times of danger and fear. True freedom comes from letting go. Clare was freer in her poverty than many are in abundance, because her heart wasn't chained to possessions. Her witness speaks loudly to us today. Are we clinging to things that keep us from fully following Christ? Do we treat the Eucharist as the beating heart of our faith, or just as a ritual? And are we willing to let go of control so that God can work through us? Saint Clare's life is a love story, not of romance, but of radical devotion. She gave up everything, but she gained the one thing that truly matters, Christ. And in that love, she found courage, peace and joy that nothing could take away. Her words still echo across centuries. We become what we love, and who we love shapes what we become. So, take a moment today. Spend time before the Blessed Sacrament. Ask yourself honestly, what am I holding on to that's keeping me from saying yes to God with my whole heart? You may not be called to give up all your possessions, but you are called to give him your whole life. And when you do, like Clare, you'll discover that in letting go, you are finally free.